Hi everyone, welcome to video 3, and I'm so excited to kind of just start sharing with you the different parts of a cooking show, and we're just going to continue to walk through your Strong Start training. So just to review, we've talked about our launch list. We are continuing to add parties to our calendar, and we've talked a lot about why you want to have 6 shows in your first 30 days and how that really sets you up for success. And I will just tell you that if you're willing to do that, it'll continue to add business to your calendar so that you never feel like you're running out of business. Also, in the last video, we talked about Host Coaching 101. That sheet is a really, really great tool to have handy at all times because it's just going to continue to help you coach your host when you are booking these shows, setting up your shows, and you know that you can reach out to me too, and we'll be working closely together as well. One of the things that I want to just point out to you is the work that you're willing to put in ahead of time before the show is going to result in your paycheck. So I always like to say the work that you put in before the show is how you earn your paycheck, and you go to the party to actually pick it up. So if you don't put any work in ahead of time, you don't follow up with your host, you don't kind of guide her on what to do, there may not be very many people at your show and you may not have much of a paycheck. But if you put the work in ahead of time, you really talk to your host, communicate with your host, really set her up for success, there's more likely going to be 10 to 12 people at your show, and you're going to be really excited when the orders just start coming in and you hit those goals that we set for your first 30 days and hit that $12.50 and earn your signing bonus and 100 Pampered Chef dollars and all kinds of other fun stuff. So that's why we do that. One of the other things that I want to talk about is just making sure that you find out your host's communication. So if you're, a big texter, make sure that your host's a big texter. If you're on Facebook all the time and you're sending her messages on Facebook, make sure that she checks her messages on Facebook. You always just want to make sure you're finding her communication as you are communicating with your host, because you never want to miss her because you were communicating with her the right way, or the wrong way, I guess. Sorry about that. Okay, so next thing we're going to jump into is we've got these shows booked. Now we need to start talking about the cooking show. And we're going to talk about a couple different ways to hold your cooking show today. So the in-person party is definitely my favorite party, and I love being able to connect with people, be in front of people. One of the tips that I always give new consultants that was given to me is as you're having your first parties, usually it's your friends and your family, people that you're close to, they want to see you succeed in your business. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're encouraging them to also invite people that you don't know. Because if they just invite other family members and other friends that you already know, you're not really growing your circle of people. So my very first party was with my aunt, and I just encouraged her, definitely invite the family, but please invite people that I don't know. So she invited other baseball moms. She invited her neighbors. She invited people that she worked with. There was lots of other people that she invited, so then I knew I would be getting into other circles as she continued to invite. And so I had a few of those people book parties, and then my circles just continued to grow because those were people that were brand new to me when I met them at my aunt's party. So key is making sure that you're coaching your host to invite people that you don't know if you're close with your host. All right? So there's 6 parts to a Pampered Chef party, and I've got some notes here so I don't miss any of those. And so if you kind of see me looking down, it's so that I can make sure to guide you properly on that. Okay, so the first thing when you get to your host's house, I usually arrive about 30 minutes early just so I can wash the vegetables, get everything kind of set up and ready. There's different kinds of shows. So there's more of a demonstration party. If you've come to my party or we met at one of my parties, you'll notice that I kind of demonstrate things, and I call my show more of like a cooking class. But there's also the station style show. You should have received station cards in your new consultant kit that literally sets it up so you have 2 to 3 stations at your party, and then you're having your guests actually walk through the show with you, so you guys are cooking in little stations, and it takes the pressure off of you. Definitely what I recommend for brand new consultants, I did that for the very first years of my party or my business, to kind of take the pressure off, because I didn't actually know how to cook when I started with the Pampered Chef, so there was a lot of pressure there. And having the station cards, having notes of things that you definitely want to say at your party. Nobody's going to be mad at you for making sure that you say everything that you want to say. So make sure you have your notes, your station cards, your show outline cards with you, and kind of write out some of the things that you want to say. Because I was definitely nervous at my first party, so you want to make sure that you do that. And what it's going to do is just help you stay calm and remember things that you definitely want to say at your first shows. So, and the thing that I always do is after a show, I kind of think about the things that I wish I'd have done differently, and then I make note of that so then I can make sure to do it the next time. And hopefully we have those 6 shows booked for your first 30 days, and so you'll be able to kind of perfect your show as you continue to do it. And so that's another reason I always recommend doing 1 a week for the first 30 days, because what that does is if you did 1 and then you waited another 2 months to do another one, it'd be like doing the first show over again for the first time. But if you do 1 a week, then what you're going to find is that you're able to kind of perfect that show the more that you do it, and you'll kind of find things that you like and you don't like and how you want to do those a little bit differently. So we're always going to start with a personal greeting. So that's the very beginning of our show. We want to introduce ourselves. We want to thank our host. This is the time where I kind of just share a little bit about myself. I like to share why I started with the Pampered Chef and why I stay with the Pampered Chef. You're brand new, so I would suggest starting with why you started with the Pampered Chef and what you're excited about for your business. And maybe why you started your business if you want to share that with people. I find that sharing a little bit about myself makes people not think of me as a stranger, but think of me more as a friend, and then they're more willing to invite me into their home to be able to, do a party with them when we come to the end of the night and I'm talking to everybody about hosting a party. So the more they get to know you, the more they see your personality, and the more likely they are to invite you into their home to host a party as well. All right. So personal greeting, kind of just getting to know everybody. So I start out and I just tell everybody my name. I always thank my host. There's a suggestion if you have your season's best. I think there's like 4 or 6 of them that came in your new consultant kit. That's a great gift that you can give at the beginning of the show to your hostess. One of the things that I've seen done is passing that around to all the guests, having them sign it, and then giving it to your hostess like as a little gift, so then when she looks at that cookbook, she'll kind of think of the fun night that you had with your friends. So that's something that you can do. There's all kinds of fun ideas out there. Next thing you want to do is you want to do a group hello, and you want to kick off your party by greeting everyone during the opening. Make sure to thank your host, and then share your story and your personal experience. So I guess that's what we just talked about. I combined number 1 and number 2 steps together. So here's an example of a personal experience to share. Maybe share a personal experience. What's one of your favorite stores to shop? Target? Think about that for a minute. If you were there, if you were to get all of your girlfriends together and organize a girls' day out shopping at Target, do you think that Target is going to call and say, "Thank you so much, bring all your friends in to shop with us. We're going to give you a shopping spree of $140 in free merchandise. In addition to that, we're going to let you pick any 4 items out of the store at 50% off." This is a really great way to talk about booking a show. And so we have this little visual aid, and I can post that in today's email that came along with the video about what you can do with this visual aid. And it's something like that. I think it's called the booking pylon. And so what you do is you are able to kind of just visually give your host a way to look at hosting a show. And so I like to make sure that throughout the entire party, I am planting what we call booking seeds. So talking about different ways to book a party. One of the things that I love to demonstrate at my party is cookware. Cookware is so important to be showing off at our parties because so many people don't have quality cookware. And so when we have we call them power tools at our parties, what's going to happen is you're going to create desire for those higher priced items at your parties. And when, maybe that doesn't fit into somebody's budget, then you're going to talk about how you love to give away this product for free. One of the lines that I use at my party is, I always use the 12-inch skillet at my party. And so I tell people that the 12-inch skillet is one of my favorite pieces to give away for free. And it's actually one of the pieces I give away for free most often. And people are intrigued by that. And then that's obviously leading back to hosting a show. So we've gotten everything together. So then after you've kind of addressed everybody, talked to everybody, maybe kind of dropped a few hints about, hosting a show, you're going to move into the cooking portion, and you would either be demonstrating that or you would be doing a station style show, sorry. And when you're doing the station style show, you're going to break everybody apart. I'm going to be posting 2 links in the email. One's going to be to more of a demonstration style show. One's going to be more of a station style party, so you get the idea of those. And then we can talk more about how you want to do your party and what direction you want to go. The thing that I would always recommend, jump into PC University. It's so helpful. You should just be immersing yourself in PC University. It's such a fantastic tool, and I'm so thankful that Pampered Chef put that out there for us. I still use it as a leader regularly to just learn how to be a better leader and be able to give you guys more information. So the more you get into PC University, the better. Okay, so after we've kind of cooked all of our food and gone through our party, you want to kind of start wrapping the party up, right? And so I always share the guest special, like whatever it is. One of the things that I want to point out to you guys, always use the word when, not if you spend $75, it's when you spend $75, Pampered Chef is going to give you a free gift. That's going to come with your order, okay? So just change your thought process there a little bit. So when you spend $75. Another thing I'll tell you is that at checkout, when somebody is remotely close, within $10, $15 of earning the free gift, I will always point that out to them, like, hey, Sally, were you interested in the guest special of the free scrapers this month? Because you are only $12 away from earning that for free. Oh yeah, I actually was. Let me add something on. And I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, when they add something on, they're not adding a $12 item on. They're adding something that was above and beyond the $12 item. I one time had a lady that I was like, you're $10 away from earning. She's like, you know what? I'm just going to get that rock. And so she literally added a rock to push her over to earn her free gift. So you never know about what might ask one more question when you're doing that. Another thing that I want to point out is we're kind of closing up the party. I talk about the guest special. I pull out my booking slide and I talk about bookings. And so I use that, and I will, you can order your booking slide on your supply order, and please ask me if you have questions about supply order. That's where we order catalogs and all kinds of different things that are supplies for our business. I will tell you, one of my favorite things to do is to save some of my Pampered Chef dollars for supplies, so then I don't ever actually have to pay for supplies. Little tip into my window. Then one of the things that you want to do is you want to talk about hosting a show, and I talk about all the perks. I use the booking slide as my visual aid, but if you don't have the booking slide, you can just turn the catalog over and literally just walk through the perks. With the free product, you're going to talk about the perks of, the 50% off items, the host only 50% off sets. You want to just kind of really paint that picture of how much they're going to get and how generous Pampered Chef is. The other thing that you want to do is, ask if anybody has any questions. I'm constantly throughout my party just saying, does anybody have any questions? So then they can get those answered very quickly and very easily. Set up an area where you can do your checkout, and then we'll be talking more about how to process orders like via the app. I'm going to make a fun little video of that for you guys, and then also online. So I hope this was helpful. I'm also going to be creating a video to go with one of my favorite New Consultant recipes. You should have received New Consultant cards in your New Consultant kit that goes with the kit that you purchased. So then there's different recipes that are designed just for your kit. One of my favorites is the chicken fajitas. I don't think there's a that's not in your New Consultant kit, but it is definitely one of my favorites. So make sure to ask me about that one too. Then what we want to do is we want to have a checkout chat. So with each person, I try to really create a fun experience as I'm kind of connecting with them at the very end. We've connected throughout the party. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect at the checkout. And so as I'm checking each person out, I'm going to ask them, did you have fun tonight? You're always going to get a yes on that. So you want to have things that you're going to get yeses to. What did you enjoy most about the party? What was your favorite product? Have you been to a party recently? Did you enjoy the recipe we made? These are all things to just connect with people. Kind of keep these in the back of your mind. Then the next thing, as I'm kind of checking them out, I always ask my guests, would you be interested in hosting a fun Pampered Chef party? And I always say the word fun because I like to have fun and I want them to know we're going to have fun. And then what you would do is just kind of see what they say. If they say, no, I'm not a party person, I just love to come to Pampered Chef parties. Well, I completely understand and I appreciate you coming tonight. Always end with something where you're kind of thanking them. If they say, well, I'm not sure if, my house is big enough, because they might be at a friend's house that has a gigantic kitchen and their kitchen, is in an apartment. Just kind of reassuring them that we can do a party anywhere. Or maybe having an online catalog Facebook party is a better option for them. The key is just making sure that you're kind of addressing any concerns that they have. And if you're not quite sure how to address those concerns, feel free to reach out to me. And I also am going to be posting a document here too called CARE, where it kind of talks about addressing concerns. Last thing that I want to make sure is don't promote things that you... here's a good example. If you just really want to do cooking shows, you want to get in front of people, then don't promote, catalog shows. Kind of keep that on the back burner. So when somebody says no, I couldn't do a cooking show, then ask if they might be interested in doing a catalog show. But if you're all about catalog Facebook shows, don't offer to have an in-person cooking party because then that's what everybody's going to want. So just making sure to keep in mind what you want and promoting what you want at your parties. And if you have any concerns about that and you're not quite sure, definitely feel free to reach out. So as we kind of wrap this video up, I just want to encourage you guys. The thing is, people want to see you succeed in your Pampered Chef business. If you're not sure, my very first party, I had to tell them, guys, I'm not completely sure what I'm doing. I would really appreciate if you could help me walk through this recipe. And they just jumped right in and everybody helped and had a great time. So if you're not sure about something, just write it down. Say, guys, I am new at this. I don't have all the answers to everything, but I'll definitely find the answer for you. And then you can contact me after the party's over and we'll make sure to get the answer for you and get you all set. Your friends and family want to see you succeed. Just don't put so much pressure on yourself. Just have lots of fun with this. Remember, you love the Pampered Chef. And so excited to have you on the team, and I'm so excited as we enter into your first Pampered Chef parties. So have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.